Why 32? Because Cities Skylines sucks. But to find out the rest, we need to go back about 19 minutes and 17 seconds. I went with the Great Highlands map because it was June in summer, had good snow, and it also had a nice building area, and I thought the geography seemed pretty interesting. I called it Galaxy City, enabled left-hand traffic natural disasters, and then started on day number 1. So to start day number 1, I built a little roundabout, built a nightmarish intersection I've ever seen. Yeah. And then I continued to build this thing up. I connected this little two-way little motorway, which I thought was pretty interesting. And then also just built us more of our little areas. Like this little thing here, where I was going to put my little high school and a couple of things like that. A water pump, a sewage pump, alongside a power station. And I built that high school in a couple of seconds. But I also had to zone the area and got our first residents moving in. And I also noted a couple of the first people who visited our city down. And then I built the elementary school and a small village. I promise you the high school does come soon. And then I built an industry area. Day number 2 started off with a funeral. Okay, that is not very happy. And then I also connected some of our things up. Unlocked a couple of things in the research trolley. Built some parking lots, because everyone's parking on the streets. And then just, yeah, the turd stain seems to be growing in the ocean. Just, yeah. And then continued on with just a lot of traffic fixes and little adjustments. This is going to be quite a highlight of the series, of just fixing things, yeah. But our town was relatively established. And then by the end of the day, I unlocked water. I then continued building up a couple of little services and parks all around town. The great expansion of July began. I then continued to build loads of offices, loads and loads and loads and loads of things, along with upgrading the pumping station to try and fix that. Along with, yeah, the intersection's blocked. Dang, it lasted very long and gives everyone nightmares who drives by it. Alongside a couple of city cars entering our town. And, yep, somebody crashed, okay. Abandoned house, I see. Well, it's probably to do with all the traffic, so let's go and fix it a bit more. As a couple of little exit lanes and stuff. I didn't actually find out you could do merges until at the end of this playthrough. I could have easily solved that. I then built up a fire station. A lot of other little overpasses. That's the thing about this part of town, is at the end of it, I never really did those overpasses anymore, but those overpasses at the start of the city made it really unique in my opinion. I think I should do more of those. And then built a hospital. And then bought some tiles to expand our map. It took me a while to figure out though. And then put some wind turbines. And then deleted the highway to the wind turbines, because why not? And connected them up to our town. And then kind of just sped through the rest of the day, just adding little changes and tweaks and traffic fixes. And then before you know it, we need to put down some unique buildings. And then we became a boom town. And I unlocked a couple of things like college, trains, trams, subways. And then we were already in the red, dang. We're losing money. And then we got up some taxis all around town. Day 4 began with a couple of industry expansions and fixes alongside a new area downtown. This is just me building a new area downtown. I then zoned it all up with loads and loads of buildings, flats, apartments, that kind of thing. And then I also noted down a couple of new people entering this part of the town. And then this might be the most tragic event I've ever seen in my entire life. Just pretend I then discovered the most crazy glitch I've seen in Cities Skylines ever, day 4. This made me laugh more than it should have. If you move a park, and then the people try to go back to the park, instead of doing a walk animation, they just kind of sit where they were sat and then just kind of fly back to the bench they were at, and then sometimes they just phase through buildings. Like, what is this Harry Potter magic? And then not much else happened really. I just think it was just a lot of building again, just expansion. It's surprising how dull that looks on camera, so we're just going to skip through it until day 5. Then I found out that there's a grid tool with Cities Skylines too. I'm sure you can see where that went. We all did it. We all built a massive grid, and then maybe that might just be me. I then kind of ironed it out as the motorway straight through the centre and a couple of things like that, and main roads, and it took me the rest of the day to kind of just plan it out. And I just kind of left it like this until a couple of days later, and then followed this van into our town to see what it was doing. There's quite a good way of finding out traffic in this game. I think most people will be too young to understand what this is. This is a reference to A-Force Norses. Here's the ambulances. And then day 6. Okay, a lot of car crashes happened, okay? And then they did. Trust me, they did. The cargo plane started spinning uncontrollably before... I'm so sorry to every single person inside that plane then. And then I looked at how much it cost to unlock the whole map. Yeah, we're not doing that. Then I look through town to see what was going on, make everyone happy, see what I could improve. And I added some more parks, and then we became a big town. Following that up with a massive intersection to mark this achievement into the area I forgot about. Yeah, I forgot about it, so I started putting zones on it and making sure I put everything in. I unlocked some industries, and I'm doing this totally wrong. I don't know why, I just thought you didn't need any like natural resources for the industries to work, so I just kind of slapped them down wherever, so none of those industries ever worked. But then we got snow! I don't really get much snow where I live, so this is a welcome achievement down here. So I put a couple of roads in. I think I noticed it snow by this point. I don't think I really cared about it that much anymore. But yep, this is just a massive motorway that just cuts through the middle of town. Yep. I don't think these traffic decisions are very good, but yeah. I then built another power plant downtown. Okay, a car has crashed again. That is, oh, it's snowed in. Okay. Day 7. Highway, highway, highway. Roads. Maintenance of roads. And then zoning of roads. That's our industry expansion done. That's quite a nice image. I thought it was pretty cool. And I clearly thought so because I took pictures of it right there and then. Do you know what's one of our skies right now? There's no airport. We need an airport. I love planes, so let's build an airport right here. Boom. There we go. I then filmed this little time-lapse thing. I thought it was pretty cool. Day 8. I'd like to move this park somewhere. And let's fail to move this park somewhere. And then, it's a day speed run. I just sped up this entire day. So let's go and see what happened. Honestly, a lot of it was just hooking up the planes. So, I probably could have picked a better day to speed run if you ask me. But, yep, I sped run a day. It's incredibly cool. Day number 9. We then became a small city. And then followed that up by connecting train tracks to a train line, and then make other train stations. I then bought an emergency battery power station, which I then put there. I think it's just an ordinary power station if you ask me. Day number 10. The planes started landing in our airport. I then followed that up by building a couple more train connections to the airport. And then we got skyscrapers. Yeah, I love skyscrapers in real life too. They look really cool. I've wanted them for ages. Hence, this entire new area has loads of schools in it because I really, really wanted higher education, so we get skyscrapers. And oh my gosh, clearly higher education doesn't come with a high driving license. Oh my gosh, day 11. Oh my gosh, that building is burning and that guy is just walking past it. Oh my gosh. Okay, this guy's surely going to go down the history books of not calling anybody to fix that. And we got some more skyscrapers, some pretty neat ones as well. And then something terrible happened as we started making money because of all the skyscrapers, so I did the logical thing to solve this problem. I built a massive city expansion with loads of hospitals, city expansions, upgrades, and a massive hospital and a prison. Now we're in debt again. I then built an intersection, connected that to the highway, and then just kind of continued with a couple of extra tweaks and expansions. The sound's starting to look really good. Day 12. It's really cool just flying through the city. Get to see what everyone's doing. Okay, this is starting to get really unmanageable in this town. I'm only starting to think it's my road design. I moved the sewage pipes to the other side of the river to try and solve the poo problem down the road. Yeah, it's not going great. I then also put a landfill, which does work. And then we've got loads of offices now down the road. Plus, how about we just destroy some? I don't know why I did that, that was terrible. Alongside a college. With some expansions. Day 13. Okay, now, there's no traffic here this time. Well, no one's crashed here this time. Ages faffing about with. And then I finally figured it out, I think. This entire area got traffic jammed a lot. And I built a prison right to a high school. Okay. A lot of taxis kept coming into town, which was causing traffic. I don't understand why there were so many taxis. I think I raised the taxi fare later on to get less people driving in taxis. But yeah, there's always so many taxis. I find that a lot of my cities I played. Day 14. Okay, that isn't jammed yet, which is okay. I spoke too soon. And then I built a couple of extra little things downtown alongside. A lot more parks in our new expansion. Oh my gosh, a lot of parks actually. How many parks do I make? Okay. Alongside a couple of extra details downtown. And a massive highway. Okay, these are many little rural areas. So a little nice little area for people who don't want to live in a massive city. Metros, I dislike them. They always disconnect. I don't know what it is about the metros. They always disconnect. There's always some reason the tracks can't connect. They're always like, I don't know, they've angled them too sharply or something. I then built a harbour downtown in the weirdest connection possible. Instead of bringing the people, I just built it a little two-way road. I then made this. I'm not quite sure what it is now, but okay. What is that? I then built a couple of extra industry buildings, which I'm pretty sure will never work. And I also connected them to the tracks. I'm not sure I'm at the same place anymore, actually. I'm not sure what I'm doing now. Oh yeah, I'm expanding again on our little area downtown. I made a train connection there. That's what the tracks are for. Ships started coming into the harbour, so I just kind of followed him in and watched him as he safely departed. And this seems pretty nice. The people just kind of crossing against moving traffic, and the cars are hitting them. Oh my gosh. But guess what I did to the rural town? The 1, 2, 3 rocket next to it. And there it goes to space. What was I thinking when I did that? Well, it's silly, but it's also incredibly cooler. I get to go watch them go to space. And then, unfortunately, I don't know if the astronauts survived, because in about 6 seconds after filming this, they just vanished. Day 16. I followed a car into town and it made a very horrible noise. But I just like seeing this so you can see where the traffic is if anything's building up down there. And then he just kind of vanished. Yep. A lot of things vanish in this game. So I built another rural area downtown, and by the end of the day, I'd finalised it with a car crash. Along with this little car. Why do all the cars bob along in this game? Day 17. City Hall, Central Bank. Let's connect them together. Now we got Grand City, along with the Northern Lights. I don't know why there's Northern Lights here, honestly, but we had some ships coming into the town, along with the tallest building in the city to the end of the challenge being built. Day 18, a cruise ship not only docked, but also disappeared. So let's speed run another day. Speed running a day, speed running a day, speed running a day, speed. I think there's something wrong with the machine. Okay, day 19 now. Okay, I think it's going a bit far. Oh my gosh, okay. Figured that problem out, but I started this day off with marking down a couple of areas on the map so I could see how many populations those areas had. I named them things like the Boot and New Start. And then began a city expansion so great it involved flattening out this entire beach and then building new stuff on it. It's this massive bridge which goes into this massive expansion and then goes into an incredible site, it all being polluted by the fact that I put it downstream from the industrial plant. Surprisingly enough, this happened more than once, so I just had to destroy all of my hard work and then build it again on the other side. But I watched my first car come into this new area we had built. It goes along the bridge, into the end of the bridge, and then it continues going down the same bridge until day 20. This is what a town looks like now. I had to build the other side with industrial and then the other side with residential so we'd avoid that problem. And I gave him some names and then followed down our new area. And this man clearly was a stunt performer because he just kind of stood there. And then a house set on fire. And then there's no car access here because both cars are just kind of a bit confused, it seems like it. And then it expanded the area a bit more and built a thriving metropolis along with a massive Ferris wheel to end off the day. Day 21. So now it's got a couple of areas from London in this town and everywhere else in the world actually. There's so many monuments you can build in this game. The Golden Gate Bridge appears later on, don't worry about it. So I then expanded downtown a bit more with a couple of little roads, areas, connections. I didn't really do classic grids here or European style. I don't really know. I just kind of did whatever the hell I liked, just a little bit of building, road design. I think it worked out in the end. I was trying a new style with this entire area, to be honest. And that's what the game's all about. I then kitted it out with a couple of little details, a football pitch, a new zoning area, and I called this district the Wheel, because of the massive Ferris wheel I built earlier. I also unlocked a couple of extra things in the panel tab. I unlocked fire shelters, just in case a massive disaster breaks out, so let's build a couple of those. Okay, we're not having those. I'm sure everybody will be fine in case of disaster. Day 22. I leave you guys alone for like 5 minutes and you've already done the worst traffic jam this entire time. So let's go and put some more fixes in. Oh my gosh. Wasn't pretty fine though downtown. The areas at the start of become fine. Every single new area I build has a bit of a growing period before it actually becomes decent, and they never really do become decent, they just become better than when they started. Day 23. I began the day with planes and more expansion. I built shops and loads of office areas, but the offices were built, the skyscraper ones at least, and everyone else wanted shops, so in the end it's just turned into a shopping area. So I built an international airport on this little island in the middle of nowhere. And this is where the Golden Gate Bridge comes in, but I need to hook it up first. But that's pretty neat. I built the Golden Gate Bridge there, if you didn't see, and then continued out a little expansion downtown, along with the high school just in the water on this little island here. Along with a bit more expansion and some power to the high school people. We didn't put that in. That wasn't there. Along with elementary school because we needed people to actually get to the level they could actually attend the high school. But downtown has loads of skyscrapers at this point. But it's time for the greater city expansion. Finished it off with a traffic jam just to make sure everything would be fine. Because there wasn't a traffic jam, the world would probably explode. I unlocked some more tiles down by the airport, even though I didn't really need them because they were all water and nobody really wants to buy water. I also built an area for all the low density homes and then made probably the stupidest mistake in the entire series. But first I had to make some farmland downstream, watch a building burn, and then wait until the fire department came and put it out. I also followed this cargo ship downtown, down here, and down where it pulled up, and then it left empty the next day. But first, I need to make the biggest mistake ever. So I just put down a massive oil industry where there was no oil. Don't laugh about it, okay? And then followed that same ship back out, and then watched it spontaneously combust. And then I continued expanding the low density area, and that was already built up by the end of the night. Day 29. We're approaching the end now, and the reason we're approaching the end is because, yeah, I hate to tell you if you're looking for something really exciting, it's not. It's that the days at this point were starting to take an hour to record. Not because I was pausing them, but because Cities Skylines just didn't want to shoot them. It looks like having 200,000 people in their city is not what Cities Skylines is meant for, and it slowed the in-game simulation down to over an hour a day. So I just kind of had to choose to not continue filming the video because it was starting to get incredibly bad. I then destroyed some roads in my rage and then watched the cars just kind of float back to reality. This is definitely Harry Potter. And then unlocked Megalopolis. This is just like I've just spawned everything in, but day 30 doesn't exist. It looks like it didn't get saved in my files. So now I have £1 billion. Just don't question how that happened. It's just, I think the city started making money. I don't understand what happened. It started making so much money that I actually tried to make this expansion easier so I didn't end up going down from £1 billion by making an airport. And then we came up as the final day. Day 32. I finished it off. I was building some things. I didn't expect it to be the end until I saw that we made £1 billion, unlocked Megalopolis, and I saw a passing helicopter in the distance. Sorry if the ending was incredibly unsatisfying, but this was my biggest video thing I've ever made, ever. Yep. Thanks for watching. I might do this again when Cities Skylines become more optimised, but bye.